From the BG Podcast Network studios, brought to you by Chattahoochee Tech, this is your Paulding County News Podcast, bringing our stories to life with news, events, and what we're talking about in Paulding County. Like, follow, and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For you, about you, from you. And here's what you're talking about.
Welcome to your Paulding County News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter, along with Doug Harding. The Falcons doing a lot of talking when it comes to filling their head coaching position. Plus, drama at a sandwich shop gets one man arrested. His weapon? Well, here's a hint. It was edible. But first, let's take a look at our top stories. Now, in tragic news, a fatal house fire in Paulding County is currently under investigation. The blaze, reported on Florence Road Saturday night, claimed the life of a 59-year-old man who was trapped inside and pronounced dead on the scene. Rescuers responded to the distress call at 10:56 p.m., facing challenges as the home was already engulfed in flames, hindering rescue efforts. Officials suspect an accidental knockover of a kerosene space heater as the cause of the fire, leading to its rapid spread. The state of Georgia's fire marshal has been called to investigate, which is a standard procedure in these cases. And for now, the victim's identity remains undisclosed until the next of kin is notified. This from Fox 5.
Former President Donald Trump has secured a record-setting victory in Iowa caucuses, solidifying his position as the frontrunner for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. Trump's commanding lead is set to surpass the record margin set by Bob Dole in 1988, with a significant gap that has left his rivals trailing far behind. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis emerged in a distant second place, followed by former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. This is from 11 Alive. And Melissa, I was going to read that story and say, former President Donald Trump, but I think it's starting to become more and more of our next president. And something else here. So say he does become president.
Okay.
Do you know the only other president that has been in office twice but has not served consecutive terms? There's only one president.
That's a great trivia question. Here's my guess.
Think Sesame Street.
Think Sesame. Okay, you got to tell me now.
Grover Cleveland.
I didn't realize. I thought it was, I was going to say it was far in the past, but it was the father-son team. But I guess the dad didn't come back. And see, I'm terrible with names.
The Adams?
Yes, I was thinking that Senior Adams, but I guess when he left, he was a part of a lot of big legal cases, but I guess he didn't go back to president. But anyway, that's a great trivia question.
Right here in the Paulding County News Podcast.
I love it. Well, extreme cold gripped much of the Rockies, Great Plains, Midwest yesterday, bringing dangerously low temperatures and impacting various aspects of daily life. Wind chills plummeted below minus 30 degrees in many parts of the central U.S., leaving over 85,000 homes and businesses without power. This was a nationwide storm. It disrupted air travel, NFL playoff games. If you're an NFL fan, you know that. I mean, the Buffalo game itself, you saw. That was crazy. And even the Iowa caucuses, a lot of people, face dangerous conditions to go do that. And tragically, several deaths have been reported, including cases of suspected hypothermia and fatalities from falling trees and fires. Now, this is from 11 Alive. We had our own frigid night last night. So, Doug, what does the weather look like for Paulding County this week? Tell me it's going to warm up.
So anyway, your weather is brought to you by Angie Chavez Realty. It is going to be sunny with a high of 85 and a low of 60. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I'm thinking 6 months ahead. It is going to be sunny, though, and 38 today. So we got the sun. We're going to have a low of 21. Thursday, we'll bring partly cloudy skies with a high of 49 and a low of 37. And Friday will be cloudy with a high of 42 and a low of 15.
Yucky. Can you believe, though, next week, just giving you a little hint, next week, it's going to get up to 60.
All right. Stick it out, everybody, for one more week.
Stick it out. It will come to an end.
98.7 Chat Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career. What we did at Chattahoochee Tech mainly focused on the more environmental aspect of that: soil sampling, stream assessments, land assessments, and then also the geographic interface with that as well.
The majority of our students are on the traditional side, but we do have a pretty big percentage. I'd say, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, around 30% of the students are non-traditional who do come back, who've been working in the field for years and want to get a degree in engineering.
So many of the instructors that work here are so passionate about what they teach because they come from that field. And, the first week is, hey, how you doing? And the next week is, let's grab this gear and go out and shoot video and then put it together. Let's work on figuring out how to be storytellers.
Visit chattahoocheetech.edu, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
When it comes to solving complex engineering challenges, there's only one name you need to know: Engineered Solutions of Georgia. Our team of experts has years of experience and uses the latest technology to provide innovative solutions for all your home needs. From foundation repair to waterproofing and drainage solutions, we've got you covered. We work with both residential and commercial clients, and we're committed to providing excellent customer service every step of the way. And with our state-of-the-art equipment and top quality materials, you can be confident that your project will be completed to the highest standards. So why settle for less when you can have the best? Call Engineered Solutions of Georgia today to schedule your free consultation and see how we can help you tackle any engineering challenge.
Engineered Solutions of Georgia. We guarantee a stable, dry foundation. Residential and commercial. Hey, we do it all. Dial 678 ESOG now.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
Your arrest report comes from Yahoo News. 54-year-old Albert DeBarros was arrested after an unusual dispute at a Subway in Florida.
Okay, so there's two words in that first sentence that promotes hilarity. First one is Subway, and the second one is Florida.
Florida.
All right, Melissa, what happens next? This ought to be good.
Well, it all started, Doug, when he became upset about the way his sandwich was cut.
Oh, my. Okay.
Now, according to reports, a brief verbal exchange between DeBarros and the Subway employee led to DeBarros hurling his sandwich at the employee, hitting her. Now, he claims he thought he threw the sandwich at the counter, not the worker, but the cameras in the Subway shop show different. Oops. He was booked, but released on $1,000 bail. Now, this incident echoes a similar case here in Atlanta. That was more tragic because a man faced murder charges here last summer after he shot a Subway employee because of too much mayonnaise.
You know what? You got to cover your grounds here because you don't get enough mayonnaise or too much mayonnaise.
Here's the thing. Now, here's my little gripe. Now, I know that we've given a name to women who complain about everything, right? The Karens, right? We don't have a name for the guys that do this stuff because these are guys at these places getting violent over something really ridiculous.
Is Chad kind of a name that people have used? I don't know.
Chad. Yeah. So the Chads out there got to calm down just like the Karens, right?
Exactly. So anybody in Paulding County, you got a good name for us, please let us know.
Exactly. Yes, because we need a name for the guys too. Well, from WSB's Facebook page, as freezing temperatures are expected to grip the area this week, plumbers are urging families to take precautions to protect their pipes. We have to talk about this. Mm-hmm. Plumbers emphasize simple steps like opening cabinets under sinks for warm air circulation, disconnecting water hoses to garage-based washing machines, maintaining your thermostat at 55 degrees. If you're not in town and you have that heat off, it's not going to be a good thing. Mm-hmm. And then also allowing warm water to drip from faucets throughout your house or apartment. Now, Kevin Burris said, also do loads of laundry that need hot water, like towels, or do your dishwasher loads at night right before you go to bed, and that keeps the warm water flowing through those pipes. Okay. Virginia Kearney offered, it's simple. Now, this is interesting, Doug. Okay. She says, put a jar lid under the ball in your toilet tank, just enough to keep it open and let it continuously run, because that will keep your main line open. She had gone on to say that she was a daughter of a plumber, and that was the tip. Okay. Is to let your toilet run.
That would drive me nuts.
I know. Exactly. At least the drip, drip, drip I hear lets me go to sleep. But I don't know about the toilet. I want to jiggle the handle. And then Stout Michael responded, common sense, guys. Come on, just use your head. Now, I know I live in a place where there were a lot of busted pipes last Christmas. Not Christmas 23, but you remember Christmas 22 is when we had these cold temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was water coming out of every garage. So anyway, it's one of those things like I'm curious now if we'll see as much of that problem, or did people learn their lesson from last year?
Well, I know one person that I work with that had it happen to him last night.
Oh, no, really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you got it, Drip. You got it. Well, you know what? In 22, when it happened, I was the one that had one. It wasn't the pipe didn't bust, but the connection of the pipe popped off and caused two pieces of the pipe to come apart.
Oh.
And I had one of those leaks in my garage, and it was because I forgot about the spigot outside. I forgot to run or open the spigot and turn it off. So I learned that lesson this year. Anyway, just take care of your house.
You know, this time of year is the equivalent of the Super Bowl for plumbers because they know that it's going down.
Hey, that's right. Here we come. All right, well, your weird story for the day, get ready to say goodbye to the giggles on your commute. Now, what am I talking about? Well, the U.S. Federal Highway Administration is cracking down on the humor displayed on electronic signs along highways and freeways. You can't make jokes now.
Oh.
In an 1,100-page manual released last month, the administration outlined new rules for traffic control devices, banning quirky messages on overhead electronic signs by 2026. Oh, man, the move aims to eliminate potential distractions and misunderstandings for drivers. This from the Associated Press. I don't know how much Atlanta does.
I haven't seen it much around here.
But like other cities usually have little cute sayings. Boston, Arizona. Even I believe in Arizona, they have a contest for people to give them the lines and they'll put it up on the sign. Not anymore.
No, they just don't want us to be funny in this country
Don't be
anymore.
funny. Don't be funny. And they're wondering why so many people are depressed.
No kidding. Hey, you know what? My suggestion to everybody is just keep listening to the Paulding County News Podcast.
That's right.
There's your humor.
That's right. We're not too stiff. Don't worry about it.
What's happening in Paulding County? We've got you covered.
All right, some events tomorrow night from 6:30 to 9:30. Paint party at Vintage Wine Bar in Dallas. Saturday starting at 9 p.m. 45 and a fifth rock concert. That's at 278 South in Hiram. And for kids, this Saturday from 10 a.m. till noon, it's Poppy's Pajama Party at Sparkles in Hiram.
When's the last time you put on a pair of skates?
I haven't put on hockey. Well, I have a pair of hockey skates at home. And I've never worn them once. I don't know why, but it's been a long time since I put on any sort of skates. I can remember the last time I put on ice skates is I worked with the Atlanta Thrashers and I was skating around after the game and I fell and hit my chin and bled all over the ice. And that's the last time I skated. Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I've never ice skated. Roller skates like Sparkles. It's been many, many years. But anyways, yes, I can't ice skate. And every time Christmas comes around and they do ice skating everywhere, I'm like, I'm sitting on the sidelines with my Coco. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all have fun. I'm not going to claim to not know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Angie Chavez is an experienced real estate agent serving Paulding, Cobb, and other counties in Georgia for 24 years. She is dedicated to serving her clients and has extensive knowledge of the West Georgia real estate market. Angie has won numerous awards for her sales production and is a $1 million member of the National Board of Realtors. She specializes in new home construction and is an accredited buyer agent. Angie is also passionate about giving back and supporting military, veterans, teachers, and public servants. Whether buying or selling, Angie Chavez with Atlanta Communities is the right choice. Call her today at 404-401-0739 or visit her website at angiechavez.atlcommunities.com. Hey, unlike others, Angie will call you back if you don't reach her the first time. That's 404-401-0739.
Whether you're new to church, have been a Christian for many years, or looking for a fresh start, you're welcome at New Season Church. New Season is a place where people can believe in God, belong to a family of believers, and become fully devoted followers. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. Join us for one of our 2 Sunday services, 9 or 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Pastor Steve Flockhart. Whether you're new to the Paulding community or have been here since the day you were were born, New Season Church is a place where all are welcome. From our exciting children and student ministries to our engaging Bible studies and small groups and events, I promise New Season Church has a place for you.
New Season Church, just off Highway 278 at 4457 Atlanta Highway in Hiram. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. New Season looks forward to seeing your entire family this Sunday, and feel free to check us out online at newseason.cc. We believe what comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. We look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 or 11 a.m. at New Season Church in Hiram.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
Dalton Ely, a 23-year-old from Rockmart, has just clinched the high-stakes championship in pinball. When's the last time you played a pinball machine?
Pinball's fun.
He scored a staggering 240 billion points at the In-Disc Tournament Series in Riverside, California. Eli's journey started at the age of 5, bonding with his dad over arcade games. Fast forward to 2018, he decided to turn his passion into competition, and today he's ranked 17th globally. Wow. His biggest win came on January 7th, securing first place and a $15,000 prize. Eli says if he keeps his mind right and his skills in shape, he'll win a world championship very soon. So good luck to Eli, Dalton Ely. This from Atlanta's News First.
Every time I think of pinball, I'm going to date myself a little bit here, is if you remember the Electric Company, that show, the kid show that came on in the 70s, 80s, they had that
5, 6...
You know, yeah, you were on it.
9,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, I loved that. That was my favorite kids show.
And your sports from WSB. This is very, very cool news if this pans out. But the Falcons confirm they have interviewed Bill Belichick for the head coaching position. I'd love to see that happen. They've also interviewed 3 more candidates, including Cincinnati offensive coordinator Brian Callahan, San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator Steve Wilks, and Carolina Panthers defensive coordinator Ehirio Evero.
Now, I am with you. I think the whole city would be stoked to have Bill Belichick as the head coach. However, I've said this before, you know, the Falcons are, and look, no offense to any of these gentlemen, because I'm sure they're very talented, but the Falcons will be famous for hiring somebody we have never heard of and keeping them for a few years and starting this process all over again. Why not put the money down for Belichick? But we'll see. And we'll have final thoughts after this. In a heartwarming incident on a flight from Mexico to New Jersey, first-time parents Jake and Kelly Levine were surprised by a stranger's act of kindness toward their baby daughter's Romy's first flight. I know a lot of people, when they see a baby on a plane, they're thinking, oh, God. But Romy took a liking to the woman that was sitting next to her family who was crocheting on the plane. Now, Megan Rubin, who was the crocheter, her hands were moving so fast that Romy was just obsessed with it. So Megan decided she's going to make a handmade beanie for Romy during what was left of the flight, which was 1 hour. And to the Levine's amazement, Megan finished the hat, presented it with them after they landed. So the beanie was a perfect fit, leaving everyone in awe of Rubin's talent. And just so you know, that Rubin, who did this, only started crocheting during the pandemic. So she's a brand new crocheter, and in an hour got this baby's hat made, and it fit.
Oh, that's a sweet story.
It's a sweet story. I thought we'd end on a sweet note, Dougie.
And here's what's going to happen with this woman that did this.
Yes.
Is she's going to be inundated with requests for beanies, and
yep,
God bless her.
I know, right? She's like, what have I done?
I love technology as much as anybody, but when banks replace people with machines, I had to draw a line. I've been with the same bank for 20 plus years, and as cool as technology is, I believe the relationship you have with your bank is an important one. My wife used to bake cookies for the people who worked at our bank, and they were our friends. But in the last couple of years, they were all replaced by video tellers. Recently, I sold a vehicle and was paid in cash. I went to deposit it and was told my now former bank no longer accepts cash. Okay. That was it for me. I joined Credit Union of Georgia, a homegrown, not-for-profit cooperative that still offers personalized customer service, a network of more than 30,000 ATMs, and convenient locations. Innovation is great, but trust and relationships still matter, particularly where it comes to your finances. Make the switch today. Get more info at cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia, the better way to bank.
Thanks for listening to today's Paulding County News Podcast. Follow and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For you, about you, and from you. Get involved in the conversation at 404-997-8655 or info@bgadgroup.com. Did you know over 50% of Americans listen to podcasts weekly? Make sure you join us for our next episode and be sure to share this podcast on social media with your friends and family. Add us to your Alexa Flash Briefing or your Google Home Briefing, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County News Podcast.